Where's Chimaev's head at, guys? We love Chimaev, and he seems to be a media sensation, but if we're to be fair with each other, we don't know Chimaev. We just keep acting like we do. Chimaev has surprised us a number of times that he's gotten a ring. Now, they were pleasant surprises, right? Go see Gerald Merchant 3. See Chimaev land a hook and knock somebody out. We didn't know that. That's a positive surprise. But what about when he gets in there with Leachy? And he picks him up from behind. Now, you got to use your full energy. You got to use your full focus. You get very tired in that octagon. You get very tired just from the energy that the audience is going to suck out. It's a very cardiovascular sport. We understand those things. I'm stating the obvious. He picks him up and has a conversation with Dana White and has something to do with Brock Lesnar. He surprised us. Even if it was a pleasant surprise. If you're Team Chimaev and you're pleasantly surprised, he's even better and more calculated than we thought, but he still surprised us. He goes in there with Gilbert Burns. Nobody's supposed to be able to get out of the first round with him. He goes 3 rounds. It surprised us. He dealt with adversity. He dealt with it fine. He overcame. It still surprised us. All I'm sharing with you is every time Chimaev is out there, we have been given a level of surprise. We sit back as though we know him perfectly because he's very liked, very popular guy. But it's not true. We don't know him that well. We don't fully know where his skills are. We know the backstory, and we read about it, and we've heard it a couple of times, but we're still learning. I'm only bringing that to you because when I say, what is Chimaev's mindset, it's relevant. I've been surprised before. I knew everything there was about George St. Pierre, who refused to go to the ground with Jake Shields. George St. Pierre, the greatest fighter the sport had ever seen, is in a fight that he's winning, but it goes to the ground, and he stands up and says no. We're all sitting home and going, George, you don't think you can handle yourself down there? You're the best fighter in the world. You're not going to go to that position. You're going to stand back, let the ref come. No problem. George won the fight. He had his strategy, but it surprised us. And it's a relevant point by me. What if Chimaev has that? If I was to ask you, how does Chimaev beat Diaz? All right, he's going to throw him down and beat him up. How does Chimaev beat Diaz? He's going to throw him down and beat him up. Okay, great. Is it a good idea to be on top of Nate Diaz? Well, it is if you're Chimaev and you've got a base. I'll listen to everything that you're saying, but we don't know what he's thinking. We thought George St. Pierre was going to come on top of Jake Shields until George refused to do it. What if that's where Chimaev's head at? Just what if? I'm just throwing what ifs at you. What if somewhere he thinks that's the problem? That's where Diaz is going to slip an elbow in. That's where Diaz is going to lock a triangle up. I'm just going to avoid that position. I'm going to simply not give him an opportunity, and I'm going to stay on my feet. I mean, what if that happened? We'd all be stunned. We'd all be surprised. It'd be the St. Pierre moment, but if we've seen St. Pierre do it, what's to say Chimaev's not going to do it? Okay, great. If that happens, now Chimaev's on his feet with him. Do you believe that Chimaev can walk through Nate Diaz on his feet? Because he's not just beating him. I don't know who would win if those two got fisticuffs. I don't know if they got striking. Neither do you. But it's a moreover question. Or do you think he can whip him? If you're on your feet and you're playing this game, you got to be able to whip the guy. It's got to be domination. Because if that guy gets one through, the night is over, no matter if there's been 100 and they all went your way. Kamaru Usman was not having a difficult time with Leon Edwards on his feet, but he wasn't whipping him. He wasn't controlling him. It wasn't boy versus man. Kamaru was looking better as far as you could go with it. That's not enough in MMA. That's not enough. So I'm just asking you the question, do you think that Chimaev could completely control Nate Diaz? What if Chimaev has a mindset similar to one that we've seen before, George St. Pierre being my reference against Jake Shields, doesn't want to go to the ground, chooses to stay on his feet? Do you think that's wise? I mean, all of these games have to be played. 25 minutes is an eternity, guys. Do you know how many things can happen in 25 minutes? The first round is about who's better. There is a real athletic component to this, for sure. There is techniques and there is positions, for sure. You work hard every day. This is a very real sport, but it's also very real that when you both get tired and you both get hurt, which is going to happen when you're in 4-ounce gloves in a cage on Saturday night, turns into a tough guy contest. Are you sure that Chimaev is tougher than Nate Diaz? Are you sure about that? Because you seem pretty confident when you said Chimaev could take him down. You seem pretty confident that he could even take care of himself on the ground. You seem pretty confident when I asked you if he can strike with Nate. I'm now asking you a different question because everything we just discussed identifies the first round. I'm asking you, are you sure? Are you sure in your heart Khamzat Chimaev is tougher than Nate Diaz? And now that we just leveled the playing field, now that things just got a little bit more leveled, where else are we leveling? Are you sure that Chimaev can control Nate Diaz against the fence? When Nate's back is against the fence and Chimaev's ass is facing the center of the ring, are you sure he's dominantly better? Okay, great. Let's take that same position, but let's flip it. Chimaev's now against the fence, Nate's ass facing the ring. UFC fight only takes place in 4 areas. People try to break this down like they're really intelligent guys. I've seen guys freeze the screen and try to do the John Madden X's and O's. There's 4 places to fight. You're going to be on top, you're going to be on bottom, you're going to be in the open, or you're going to be against the fence. That's it. To win those positions involves skill. It involves cardio. Strength sure has never hurt anybody, but it involves toughness. Are you sure? Are you positive before you part with your money? You 100%, you've studied the sport and you've got it down and you're the big expert in the room. Are you sure Chimaev is meaningfully tougher than Nate Diaz?